Hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here. Let's give a reaction to One Piece chapter 1137. Shamrock takes the stage. So yeah, infiltrating the mysterious hidden base is the cover story. So yeah, Tama and Yamato sneaking into who's hideout thing. Or the hideout with who's face on it that we saw in the last chapter. Alright, getting into it. It says the home of the late king. In the 14 years since King Harald's death, no one has come near this castle. And so Road says, so what's going on here? The door looks like it's been busted open. What happened to the guards? And Nami says, what? Something's wrong? And then Zoro says, it was broken from the inside. Why would intruders do that? Why would intruders do that? Levy's like, only one way to find out. Let's go. He says, the key? Where's the key? The damage looks recent, Zoro says. And then Rhodes says, wait, this is unnerving. And then, yeah, Luffy yells, this place is huge. This is way too vast. Way too vast to be walkable, Nami says. And Zoro says, I can barely see the ceiling. And Luffy's like, hey, Rhodes, know where the key is? And he's like, no. I'm just a run-of-the-mill guy. I've never even been in here before. And like Zoro and Nami are riding on his hand. Nami says, well, glad you're here now. Because, yeah, Red's like, really, Nami Tasso? And he's like, agreed. Zoro says, agreed, now get moving. And he says, wow, what a castle. Being here is thrilling and terrifying. And then, yes, everything's falling to pieces. Is this the intruder's handiwork? And so, yeah, you got Luffy running on ahead of them. And someone says, like, assume Zoro or Road says, no, this battle damage has been here ever since Loki killed King Harald. Yeah, that was a Road. And Zoro says, this took some serious destructive power. And then Road says, Loki is a monster and King Harald was renowned as a great warrior. This damage was inevitable. And then Levi's like, what? They're so big. And then Nami's like, huh? This is scary. Are they? And yeah, you see a bunch of skeletons. So yeah. It says this place is covered with giant skeletons. And Road says the castle once had numerous guards. On that day, around 100 of them stood ready to kill Loki, but only one survived, Lord Jarl. After that tragedy happened here, coming to the site was forbidden. And Rhodes says it's a den for vengeful spirits. And then Levi says, hey guys, look over here. This skull is enormous. It's also got horns. And so yeah, Rhodes says, these belong to someone with ancient giant warrior blood. There are no longer any pure-blooded members of that clan, but their blood still flows in some of us. And yeah, Luffy says, I wonder if he knew oars. Or before I read that part, Luffy said, yeah, look at this, got horns, I wonder if he knew oars. But yeah, and Rhodes says, like King Harald, who was larger and stronger than most. And he says, Rhodes says, oh, look above you. That's a portrait of King Harald. The man who tried to form peaceful bonds with the outside world, said to be Elbaf's strongest king. So yeah, he's got a pointy mustache and a beard. That's also pointy. He says, those scars on his head mark where his ancient giant horns once were. Where his ancient giant horns were, before he ripped them out. He believed the ancient giants were relics from a war-torn era. And Luffy's like, he had horns? And Zoro says, what conviction? And he says, or Rhodes says, after the king's death, the country fell into despair. Sadly, the one with the biggest grudge against Loki was naturally King Harald's son, or other son, Harjuden. Yeah. And yeah, Loki's like, whoa, seriously? And Nami says, he's Loki's brother? And Rhodes says, they have different mothers. Different mothers. Before marrying the queen, Harjuden was born to a different woman. However, Elbaf would never have recognized Harjuden's mother as its queen in any case. So yeah, Nami says, why? And he says, she was born in a different giant country. And then, yeah. So I was like, what does that matter? They were both giants, right? And then, yeah, Rhodes counters by saying, they were both giants, but you can't talk when you humans kill each other over. Or, yeah, you can't talk when you humans kill each other all the time over land. And so I was like, I suppose. Whew. And Rhodes says, they say having children with a giant from other lands taints the blood of Elbaf. And Nami says, seems giants can just be just as bigoted as anyone else. And he says, not everyone's as pure as you, Nami Tasso. She says, don't suck up to me, trash. He's like, huh? And Zoro says, why would Haruden's crew, why join Haruden's crew if you think about that, if you think has tainted blood, sorry. Well, yeah, Rhodes says, well, it says, you see a flashback, some kid saying, you're such a creepy nerd, Rodo. And Road crying, and then Harjuden comes in. He says, this is amazing. You can draw sea charts? And he's like, you gotta show me how. And he says, let's be friends. And he's like, huh? Friends? And Rhodes says, he was always so earnest and straightforward, unlike me. He never lived in the castle growing up. His father may have been king, but his mother was ostracized. He endured a lot and still said this, one day I'm going to unite all the giant tribes. I'm going to be king of the giants. Yeah, see them all partying. And he's saying this while they're all partying. And he's like, wow, I know you're the man that can do it, Harjuden. Yeah, I guess the girls are, yeah. Saying that, they're yelling his name. But then, yeah, Rhodes says, I want to make his dream a reality. Zoro's like, that kind of boring motivation is nothing new to me. Nami just laughs. But yeah, Luffy says, hey, this way, I found some knocked out giants. And we transition to the realm of the dead. And someone saying, do you finally understand? And Luffy's all beat up. He says, this is only because I can't move from the spot. And yeah, we see Gunko has made her. Oh, well, yeah, there's more. Loki says, I can't move from. It's only because I can't move. Shanks look like says, the result will be the same even if you could. And then Gunko says, you commoner. We are offering you a chance at divinity. Most die squirming in vain just for the slightest chance to attain such an honor. And we see that her shoes are like massive now. But yeah, so these arrows coming out of her foot go points flying at Loki, and he's like, craft this again. You can see like the arrows like winding around, going up. And he says, so you're gonna let loose a full speed kick to the right side of my face. It'll turn me sideways. Then you'll uppercut me. Thanks for giving me notice. And then she says, these arrows show the trajectory of my future. The outcome is unavoidable. Only I can stop it before it happens. And she says, just say the word, Loki. Will you join the God Knights? And he says, I refuse, you fool. And then, yeah, kicks him in the side of his face, makes him turn. And then, yeah, gets uppercutted. seems to knock him out, possibly. And the bear is growling, but stabbed by arrows. And then nobody's hacking, coughing. And it says, "Damn it, you'll pay for this." And then, yeah, a bunch of arrows come from all directions, and he's like, "Stop, enough already." And it's like, "Well, will you become a god knight?" And he says, "Bleh." And then he just laughs. Or he sticks his tongue out, I guess, and then you hear him scream. Ooh, meanwhile, mysterious Shanks lookalike is just sitting down. And Gunko was huffing, and he says, "It's all right, Gunko. Let's change our tack. Contact Mary Joa." And then we get what he looks like. Just, yeah, Shanks. Looks like Shanks. Just minus the scars. And so, yeah, this guy says, "Not every piece ends up being useful. I wanted to go about this more shrewdly, but I guess not." And then Gunko says, "Not yielding even means death. Do we chalk this up to faith?" And so, yeah, we get the names. Captain of the God Knights, World Nobles, for Garland Shamrock, son of the Elder for Garland Garling. Oh, yeah, Captain of the God Knight. And then Gunko, God Knight, Arrow Fruit. And so, yeah, Shamrock then says, "Long ago, the savage warriors of Elbaf dominated the New World. The world government will bring them to heel no matter what. Says God Knights have mobilized." And so, yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, then appreciate it. I appreciate y'all leaving a like on it, subbing to this channel, hitting that notification bell. And yeah, so y'all know when my videos get released. Hit the notification bell. And yeah.